on the top.
Mr. Akash Majumder is an undergrad engineer student, filmmaker, storyteller, content creator as well on YouTube with more than 125,000 subscribers. So, first of all, congratulations, Akash, for this huge achievement of completing 125,000 subscribers. So, how do you feel about that?
All right, so thank you for this very warm welcome, Charyan and Darshita. It has been an honor to speak here. And honestly speaking, I'll tell you a small story. On the day when I hit 100K subscribers, on the day when I hit 1,000 subscribers, so I started YouTube seriously back in 2020 when the lockdown struck and everybody was bored. So I thought, okay, let's try something new. Let's make videos and everything. So it took me kind of around 1.5 years to get to my first 1,000 subscribers, and the next 1 year to get to 100K. So what happened was on the day of 100K, it was 27th May 2022, around 4 p.m. My mother and grandmother were sleeping on the other room, and I was there in my room. Around 4 p.m., I had opened YouTube Analytics Studio, and there's this number 9999, and it crosses to 100,000. I saw that moment, and believe me or not, brother, it felt very hollow. It felt very hollow because 100,000 people had subscribed to my channel, but at that particular moment, I was there alone inside my room. Okay. So that was how the feeling was. It was very quiet and very empty. I've still been trying to figure it out. Okay, despite being so many number of people around me, why did that feeling occur at that point of time? But back when I had gotten like 1,000 subscribers, my joy and excitement and satisfaction was like all over the roof. So I still cherish that first 1,000 subscribers more than the 100K. But nevertheless, I am grateful for each and everything.
That's so nice to hear, Akash. For starters, what inspired you to start your career as a YouTuber?
Right. So I never started my career out as a YouTuber. I was just like, I passed class 12, not actually passed, like in COVID, my exams were due, a couple of exams. So I was in my mid of class 12 during COVID. And then I thought, okay, I'm getting bored. Let me start something new. And since I was preparing for JE back then, so naturally, not naturally, but I had actually cut off all my connections from the world. So the conversation skills, public speaking, how to interact with people, I had kind of lost each and every skill of them. So I thought, okay, I'll write small articles, and that's how I'll improve my vocabulary, writing, and everything. Next up, I thought, okay, I need to improve my communication skills also. And back in COVID, we didn't have anyone to talk to in the offline mode. So I thought, okay, I'll make videos, and the articles which I was writing, I just speak about them and upload it on YouTube. So that was my only agenda back then. I never thought I would go into this direction. So later on, I started making those videos, felt nice, and changed my genres into something else. My dad gifted me a phone back in September 2020, and that's when I gradually developed interest in shooting proper videos, filmmaking, and everything. And that's how I got into this genre. But remaining how I started my career and what inspired me, actually, there were a couple of YouTubers whom I used to watch a lot back then who were properly travel filmmakers, and hearing their experiences, hearing them narrate their own stories, like really made me think, okay, even I want to have these kind of experiences. So that's how I got into YouTube majorly.
Actually, we are seeing background noise from your side. Can you fix this a little bit?
Just hold it. Is there any option in Zoom Meet to cut off background noises?
I guess no, but if you can make it happen, so just try it.
Just see if this is all right.
Yeah.
Better,
So,
right?
yeah, better. So as you mentioned that it has been a great journey,
Right.
and you are like recording your experiences, documenting them in the form of videos and delivering them. So can you please explain a little bit more on it?
Sure, I'll go. So I'll start from where I left in the previous narrative only. So after making those kind of visual stories or some kind of documentary type of videos, my college started. And I'm sure like all of the people or majority of the people know about Aman Dattarawal, right? So what happened was during the lockdown only, he was live on Instagram and I sent him a request randomly. Okay? So he accepted it and we had a chat. and he told that whenever you go to college, you try to make a lot of memories, record them, and keep it in a hard disk. Okay? And back then I didn't have any hard disk or something, so I thought, okay, I can use YouTube as a free storage mechanism. So I'll make videos and upload them on YouTube directly, and that's how the idea of documenting my experiences and my life started. After that, when college started, I was like, "ठीक है, today is the first day of my college in online mode, but I'll document my whole day." I never uploaded it, but I kept on recording bits and pieces of my day. And after that, when I had a lot of experiences in together, I blended them into one video and uploaded it. Like I didn't get that much of a good response considering what I'm getting now, but I got 500 to 600 odd views back in that, and I was really happy. So I thought, okay, I'll keep on continuing it. Later, I kind of started slowing down my pace on YouTube, and when I needed to strike it back again, I thought, okay, now it's been enough time. I may start making daily vlogs from now on. Whatever happens in my life, I'll try to document it in a very creative and use a lot of storytelling and that to make the audience very captivating towards the videos. So that's how it all started. Now, what happens with this is there comes one dilemma: ki, are you actually living in the moment or are you only recording to show it to the world? So that struck in between, and after that I stopped. I gave myself a pause, took a step back and started thinking, okay, what am I doing, got myself a few questions, started making videos again, got my answers back. And now I think that for a lot of people, living in the moment is actually going traveling to places, but for me, living in the moment is getting that perfect shot. So I kind of have my priorities clear now.
So, sir, as you have your priorities clear now, like you are a student, so as we, but you are a student and a content developer. So, how do you reconcile your education and your passion?
I'll be brutally honest here. When I started off doing all of this in full force, that was back when there was lockdown and colleges were in online mode. So there was relatively a lot less pressure from college regarding academics and everything. So earlier that was not a problem. So I guess these 2 years during the lockdown, I shouldn't say like this was very fortunate, but for a lot of people, for a lot of creators, boomed during this point of time. Some of them were making videos for 5 to 6 years and they boomed during the COVID only. People like me, some of my friends, we started during the lockdown and we boomed just after the lockdown ended 2021, came mid ke aaspas. So education, managing everything back then was not a problem. But I recently shifted to college in July, on July 21st. I thought ki I will get a lot of more content out there. Life would be much more happening. I would be having friends around me, have people to communicate to. But you know what? The exact opposite happened. Managing time has been tough. Exams are happening in offline mode, so you actually have to start studying right now. So I'm still figuring out what you said right now. Ki how are you managing your studies and everything together? I guess since my channel is more focused on what's happening around my life, I can make content out there, but the time which requires to edit one video, which is usually anywhere between 24 to 30 hours, I have to just squeeze out that time from somewhere. That's why a bit of consistency is dropping down on the channel. But nevertheless, I came back to Mumbai right now for a few projects and everything after taking a few holidays. So I thought, okay, we'll figure out something out here. And when we go back to college, we'll start again in full-fledged course. Because honestly, in college, I was having kind of a downfall with my content also and like managing my time also. So I needed this small break. And once I go back to college, hopefully we can figure and sort things out.
So it's been a great journey, as I'm telling it again. So you have interest in public speaking, as you have mentioned before,
Right.
and most of the people find it very difficult to speak in public, like they have concern, they
Stage.
planning or something. So how did you learn it? Like you have also learned it in the lockdown by studying, or what should someone do uh, to to learn the skill of public speaking, basically?
Right. So the number one thing which I noticed about myself and about public speaking in general is that we usually are addressing only one person when we are talking. Okay? You're going out in the public, maximum friends, what you're addressing a group of 10 people. But when you have a group of say around about 50 to 100 people, you don't know what to do. So you are in a state of fear ki, okay, I might fumble up right now, what will happen? So actually the thing was ki when since I was in class 5, I used to take part in elocutions and everything. Okay? So and I stood like first, second or third back then. And due to my performances and everything, my school, which was I was back in St. Thomas Boys School, Kolkata. So my school sent me to an inter-school debate competition. So I was pretty confident about myself. But before everything, we had topics which were given by the teacher. even beforehand. But in that competition, the topic was on spot, and I had never done anything like that. We had access to the library where we could research and do everything about that topic around 1 hour. So I got the topic as is ebook, online PDFs, ebooks is a boom or bane for the new world. So we had a group of two, my friend chose for and I had to do against, which was kind of tough. So I went to the stage and I said two pieces of wrong information. My legs started trembling. The audience was looking at me with and giving me death stares, like, what did I say? And at that moment, I thought, shit, did I just do something which I shouldn't have done? And you know what? That moment was actually important for me because I learned to face my fear. And in public speaking, what happens, I'll tell you one important tip, which is pauses. Like building up the narrative, you need to take pauses. And if you're fumbling in between, or in case if you have forgotten what to say, make good use of pauses, because in storytelling, pauses create anticipation. And with that, you can hook and grab the audience's attention. So these are the few things which I noticed. And the main thing is just go out there and approach your fears. At the max, what will happen? You will see that you have messed up badly. And now when you go again, you will probably okay, like what worse can happen than this? So you have experienced kind of the rock bottom thing. Now whatever you will get, it's kind of upwards and onwards from here only. So just go with that mentality and don't think anyone is judging or everything. You're on the stage, you're in the direction of one to many. So think what you're speaking can literally influence and impact the whole crowd or the whole audience which is out there. So just go with that mentality. Ki, yes, I'm on the stage, I'm the guy out here who's gonna rock it. So it's all about the game of mentality. That's it.
I will surely keep this in mind because I too have, faced this public speaking problem. But your YouTube videos, they have speaking, like you use there is audio and video, and you say that you combine your videos. So what are the several facets of filmmaking that an average person is unaware of that one must keep in mind?
Right. So actually, I can answer it in two questions. Filmmaking has a lot of perspectives. Now, one of the major perspective of filmmaking which is booming right now is in YouTube videos. Like I am in Mumbai right now for an ad film commercial. Like it is just after this from 11. So there is this ad film commercial ka perspective where you have to take a lot of things back in your mind. And when you're making YouTube videos, the direction of the perception of filmmaking is different. Now, I haven't been to any film school or anything. My entire education about filmmaking has been from YouTube only. So it's always been bits and pieces of information which I've gathered from a lot of videos. So I'll go through a short behind the scenes process of what one of my good high effort videos take like. So first we come up with the idea, and after the idea we build up narratives in our mind on how can we build up the story, how can we create the story. We start bridging gaps between the different plots, and after this we go on to storyboard. Now majority of the people don't know about this thing called the storyboard. We have written the script, everything properly. After that, how the visuals should align with the script is what a storyboard looks like. Usually it's just a blank piece of paper on which we have different boxes and we narrate each and every scene out there, and that's how the storyboard is made. After the storyboard, we start planning the shots, how this shot can be taken, this shot can be taken. Do I need help of someone or help of anything? There are a lot of rules in filmmaking, like there is this thing called this 180-degree rule, and so you need to keep these things in mind. But filmmaking is also something in which you experiment a lot and you get an output which might not be the desired one, but it looks pretty good. And initially, we didn't have any budget, so we didn't have any equipments or anything. And things like a drone, things like a good camera or a lens costed like 50,000-60,000 bucks. So हमने क्या किया? We did jugaad of everything. So we wanted to take a drone shot. We didn't have access to a drone. What we did, we mounted our phone on a tripod, extended it completely, and just revolved it around in air. So that kind of mimics a drone. So these are some of the behind the scenes things which take part. But majorly the process looks like it is first scripting, then it is storyboarding, then it is shooting, then it is audio recording, editing, and finally getting it live. So it's kind of a 6-step process.
So you have founded a platform, like we have heard you and you with your team have founded a platform called Promethean. So can you please tell us more about that?
Right. So this was basically before YouTube happened, May 2020. So I used to live in Kolkata back then. That's my hometown. And in Kolkata, what happens is the month of May is usually the month of fest all around schools. Like we have different schools, Heritage, Garden Heights, and Thomas, St. Xavier. They host fest, and the students go out there, perform, and have a good time, which was missing during the month of 2000 and May 2020. So what we friends thought, okay, we can join and get together the people of Kolkata and conduct this fest in an online mode. So that's exactly what we did at Promethean. Like if you're good at dancing, singing, art, poetry, rap, music, or literally anything, we had categories, prizes. Like I think that was very important for us because we learned how to publicly market what we are doing, publicly go out there, search for sponsorships, get audience on a platform, and just run a whole event. So we did that during lockdown. Season 1 was good. We got around 1 lakh impressions, and season 2 was even better. We got around 2 lakh impressions, and after that, colleges reopened, everyone got busy. So we kind of like stopped doing that. So that was how Promethean was. And it actually gave us a lot of experience about how you can do all the things within a team single handedly.
So, sorry to interrupt, but the background noise is. Can you please change your spot?
Just, I'm so sorry about that. Actually,
Someone
I
is talking
hurried
in the
up
background.
into
So
that was because that was. Is it all right now? Like I am the highest form of suppressing background noise possible.
actually, the problem is someone is talking from the background. So that noise is like.
Got it. I can actually shift places. I can go towards the back side. Just hold on.
Okay, okay.
I hope here we have less noise and disturbance. Do we?
Pretty evident here. It's better.
So that was your
It's
platform
better,
of
right?
Promethean. Yeah, it's better. Yeah.
Chalo, fine.
Okay. So yeah, that was quite amazing listening about what our Promethean. But sir, we also have come across the Breath, your award-winning short film. So what was the inspiration behind it?
All right. So the inspiration. There is this YouTuber called Sanghu Food. Okay? He is an ID Hyderabad and this whole genre of college vlogs, making vlogs around your education or around your lifestyle as a student, it was started by him. So I used to watch a lot of his videos back then, and he made a short film on digital minimalism. And I saw a short video around 1.5 minutes long, and I saw that video and my mind completely blew. Coincidentally, during the same period of time, a WhatsApp message came into our group, college ka group, that there was this filmmaking competition hosted by some college in Nagpur, which was on a national scale. Like all of the colleges could have participated in it. So I thought, okay, the title is digital minimalism and mindfulness, and I can actually combine what Sanko had did in that video and what ideas I have in my mind and make this video. So the complete inspiration behind that video goes to Sanko one. Like back then when I was watching his video, I was a like literal fan of him, and today we talk on like other social media, we hang out, and like I've told him how big inspiration he has been to me. So that's how Breathe happened. Fun fact, it was made completely on mobile phone, and that was my first short film. So, and that was my first, what do I say, earning from any kind of sources as well by making that short film. So it's really special to me, even till today.
Was the final product that you worked on like really up to your mark, like what you expected? Like I am trying to build a film. I'm
I
going for a film.
Right. So considering the equipments I had, which was only a phone back then, it was quite up to my mark, like beyond my expectations because that was my first project. But considering the quality, considering the amount of sharpness in the footage and everything, obviously, because a phone can replicate a camera, but not to that extent, you can be satisfied with the end result as well.
So you made this Breath, and afterwards, like, what is your favorite genre in filmmaking?
Right. So in filming, as I told you in the beginning, my favorite genre in filmmaking is of travel films. Okay? Like you go to a place, you take beautiful visuals of that, narrate your whole experience through voiceover, make use of sound design, make use of different layers, different overlays, and everything. So that has been my favorite genre currently. And I haven't made any like travel film till now, which I can say I am proud of. Though I have made a couple of them, but maybe going to places like Bali in Indonesia or Bangkok or in India, places like Leh Ladakh or Himachal and making a beautiful travel. That is one of the things in my bucket list, which we hope will take off real soon.
So when you have initially started, I believe that the surroundings might not be supporting. So how do you come to this, like where you are now? So there were many ups and downs. I believe there might be ups and downs. So can you tell something about that, your
Right.
story?
So what you what you told, actually the opposite of that happened. I had a lot of support, right from my friends, my parents, because lockdown when nobody was doing anything, and my parents thought कि ठीक है चलो कुछ तो करता है, is getting occupied and everything. And my mother used to share my videos on her Facebook profile and everything. My father used to share my videos in WhatsApp groups when I was hardly getting like 100 or a couple of 200 odd views. Considering my friends, I haven't yet encountered any of them who said ki, don't do this, is not good, I don't like them, but rather a lot of my friends started giving me constructive criticism, okay, which was basically a lot of people can say ki, okay, this video is not good and anything, but if it was a bad video, they came and told me these are the inputs which you can make. So it has been an absolute pleasure, and I'm kind of fortunate to have friends like Chitra Yudhir or Kadreja. Like there are some of my friends who have helped me throughout this journey in order to better my content and everything. Like I didn't have much equipments also. I like borrowed a tripod from one of my friends. One of my friends had this Bodox SL60 studio light. He came into my house and we used his setup. So the support has been unreal from friends and family throughout this.
Okay, so sir, in our country, we have a lot of content creators. So how do you make your content unique and how do you excel in this?
Right. So, honestly, I'll say that when you are starting, nobody is unique. Nobody is unique. Everybody is just making videos, which is kind of a mixture of all the content they have consumed throughout these years. That is the mindset which they develop, and while making content, all of the content comes into their picture. So that's how it happens. But by making a large number of videos, say 30 to 40 odd videos, you develop your own style. You develop your own narrative, you develop your own style of storytelling, and you develop your own unique content. So whatever you have in your mind, if you have any idea, start working on that, make a good number of videos, and in the long run you will make something unique, you will start doing something good. The main thing out here which can make your thing unique is storytelling. What happened back in YouTube in like before 2020, before lockdown, was people had less time. Okay? In lockdown, we started having more time and we started analyzing videos deeply. And the audience right now has developed a sense of storytelling and filmmaking. They like kind of search for good visuals, for narratives in a video. So maybe start working on those build good narratives, and your videos will kind of stand apart from the others.
Let's take a question from the audience. Someone had asked that what are the commercial benefits for being an early age YouTuber? My son is of age 11, is passionate to become a YouTuber, but what exactly he would be benefited, or it's just for fame?
Right. So I'll tell you, the amount of connections and the amount of network I have built through this platform is insanely crazy. Like I'm in third year right now, but since I was in second year, I've been working with different brands because one of the I'll start with commercials first. One, you can go out there, start working with brands on your YouTube channel, like promote their products or their services to them. Or second, if you have any skill in this genre at the skill of filmmaking, advertisement, commercials. So we got a lot of different clients for which we started making ad films videos, which they posted on their YouTube channel, started running Google ads and everything. That's one of them. I developed a sense of marketing, how to market yourself, how to market your services properly. And you start getting offers from different companies about that. I started working with different edtech brands around their products also. So the network which you build, you might be in any XYZ college, but if you get into this game of YouTube and can be a part of this community, you will have insane number of benefits, insane number of opportunities from out there, and you can actually live quite a sustainable life from YouTube itself. So, sir, I believe your son is 11-year-old right now and passionate to become a YouTuber. But to become what kind of a YouTuber? What does he want to do exactly? So that kind of will take a lot of time to figure out what you actually want to do. People like MKBHD back in YouTube, they have been starting from what 2010, I believe, when they were 11, 12 years making tech videos, and today they're standing at one of the biggest peaks they can be on YouTube. So yeah, it can be a very good asset as well, but in all probability, it will teach a lot of skills. When I started YouTube, it was just to skills. I didn't know that I would be developing an interest in filmmaking, storytelling, graphic designing, and each of everything in this genre. So it gives you a field of exploration that you can do all of this, which probably you won't be developing in school, but in college you may be. But in school you won't be getting to learn all these things from your own. The urge to going out there every day, making videos, work towards different kind of things. That's what I have learned from YouTube. So apart from the monetary and commercial benefits, there are a lot of benefits which a single person can learn and do as a human as well from all of this.
So, as you told about the marketing, so like there is market, you need content for it. So, what do you do for viewer acquisition? Like, how do you manage to gain like more and more views, or is it just the content that works?
Right, so it's kind of a mixture of both. It depends on what content you're making and how you're presenting the content, or rather I should use the word how you're packaging your content, because in my videos there are experiences from a lot of different things and I put them together into a single video. So it's basically totally about the story, how the story is flowing from the start to the end, and is it hooking and gripping enough for the audience to stay back. So you have to build a small anticipation of okay, this is something interesting. I want to know what happens next. I want to know what happens next. So whenever you're scripting or editing the video, you need to make sure you edit it from the perspective of an audience. Okay, if you were watching this video from this, would you like to skip? So in your video, if a person skips around 3 or 5 times, you have made a pretty bad video, I would say. Okay? Because if he's skipping 1 or 2 times, that's okay. You have kind of hooked him, but he's skipping 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. You know that you need to work on that. Number one. Number two, you need to work on your edits a lot, because in this era of reels and short form content, though I'm a believer, a certain believer of the long form content, but you have to make your edits very smooth, crisp, and fine in order to grab the viewer's attention. And finally, start making your intros very nicely, because the first thing which a person clicks is the thumbnail. He sees the thumbnail, is it good or not. So that's the half job done. You have made the person click your video. Now the remaining job is the person watching like half of the video. So that totally depends on the intro, how you build the narrative. Start working on these two things, and this will not come on day one. Like it took me 1.5 years to get my first video to reach 1,000 views, and after that it kind of skyrocketed everything. So work on that and see which videos are getting good response, and try to make videos around that which the audience is enjoying. Because on YouTube it's 20% what you make of yourself and 80% what the audience can make you. So good for the audience.
So as you mentioned, many platforms. So the attention span of the audience is gradually decreasing as the introduction of reels, shorts. So what should content creator keep in mind so that they can keep up with the trend and
So regarding trends, what I'm saying is that following trends can get you good numbers and get you good people on your platform. But what will keep them attached to you is basically what kind of videos you make, how closely you are relatable to them, how closely you are communicating with them as an audience, and stop treating them like a subscribers or audience or anything. Start treating them like a community which you are building, a community of similar which contains ideas. So focus more on community building. And secondly, in videos, I think that the pointers which I mentioned in the previous question, working on the storytelling, edits, thumbnails properly, they will make sense. And then my example, like I don't upload ads or anything, but don't miss out on that. The videos which are making on YouTube get snippets from Instagram Reels. Probably make a different account and just start doing that.
You talked about your community, like people are our community. So, how do you make good content for them? Like short but concise, a good quality content.
Right. So first of all, understand your audience, understand your community, from where they come, what do they want. Right. So basically, I'll tell you this. I started by making vlogs and everything, but which videos which went viral and performed good were regarding J. But I was I was interested and passionate about this kind of genre, and the people which came on my channel, they wanted this videos from J and everything. So that kind of created a delusion ki, okay, should I go for this or this? Because in the long term, I wanted to make a mark and make my spot in this genre. So a difference happened when I saw that the numbers were going down. Next up, what I did was I merged the content of J along with my storytelling videos and gave them a match. So from here, I was satisfying my creative need, and here I was giving my audience value, and they started loving that. So that's what you can provide quality content to your audience, understand what they require, understand what you want to make, what you want to create, merge both of them, provide it. Damn sure they'll love it.
So you mentioned quality content, right? So does hardware and resources make a major difference in the quality of the content? Like with some examples, like you can give.
Correct. Initially, like this can have a lot of perspective. If you ask a professional filmmaker, does it make any sense or not? He will say, yes, good camera does make any sense. But if you ask people who are new into the game and doing anything, or from the audience, if you are making videos for a basic smartphone, which costs around 10 to 15,000, like I have been making videos with my Redmi Note 9 Pro back in 2020, and I hit 100,000 subscribers with my phone only. Okay. So initially, your gear doesn't matter. What matters is do you have enough strength, enough power in your content to grip the audience. So what you can do is, since you have a phone, there are a lot of limitations, but start editing your videos, start learning about different perspectives of editing. So I'll give you this one example. In a camera, what happens is you have a lens which can basically blur your background, give you a bokeh effect. But you can replicate the same with your phone. Just record a footage by sitting, and in the editing table, just mask out yourself and the background. You can reduce the sharpness, which will blur, and this will kind of imitate a camera. So learn about these kind of different tricks and start applying the concepts of filmmaking. Like filmmaking concepts are not कि okay ये सब camera पे ही काम करेगा. They are in general. They can work in any form of gear. So do that, and I believe कि the more limitation you have, the more creative energy you have to give in order to solve different kind of problems. Like I took that example of drone. And second thing, I'll go through a small setup or something which I say is importance of things in a video. Number one is your story and content. Number two comes lighting and audio. एक बार के लिए people can see a bad footage of like 480p, but people cannot withstand bad audio. So make sure you have a good audio, very decent audio. Lighting. If you have a phone, you can get very good output if your lighting conditions is really good. So work on that. And after that, finally comes the video quality. And video quality is enhanced by these three things only: lighting, audio, and the whole story. So while starting off and to make quality content, you don't need fancy gears or anything, but a time comes when you start growing and everything, and if you have the resources, that kind of becomes your duty to serve the people who have made you reach to this spot, to serve them quality content through better gears. So that's what my take is on this point.
So yes, according to this, content is important, but along with it, also the audio and video matters. But so content creation is a domain in which one of the key
Yeah.
elements is experience. What should one enter in this domain keep in mind in terms of graphic designing and editing?
Right. So if you're entering graphic designing and editing, I would just say one simple thing, which is what separates a good editor or a designer from an average editor or a designer is attention to details. Okay. A good editor or a designer will spend 10 minutes on every 10 seconds to make it perfectly all right. And that can separate you from the rest of your crowd. That can bring a drastic change to your edits. Like when I was starting making videos and editing everything, it took me around 6 to 7 hours to edit one video because I was not focusing on each and every attention to detail, and that kind of made my video boring or not captivating enough. But later on, when I started giving more attention, like I have two different scenes, how do I blend them seamlessly through the use of audio, through the use of different transition, through the use of voiceover, so that these two things can be blended. Start focusing more on that, and your work will go on the next level. Considering about graphic designing, I am considering the case of thumbnails and everything out here. While making thumbnails, imagine ki if you were the viewer, would you click on the thumbnail which you are making? Because you're making videos like by yourself, and your audience which you're targeting are some people who kind of think like you only. Because at the end of the day, it's your audience, it's your content, right? So think about them and make a thumbnail. Think, will I click on it? Will I click on it? And that's how you can get better. That has been how I have gotten better at this, I guess. So yeah.
So how did you get rid of the awkwardness of posting things, like creating a content and posting it? The awkwardness that you like get, what will people think? How do you get rid of that? Does it came naturally or
Okay, so I'll tell you this. When 23rd March 2020, I believe, 19th or 20th se lockdown laga tha, and 23rd was the day when I uploaded my first video. It is currently, yeah, uh, I'll tell you this. I'm from West Bengal, so my native language is Bengali. And during that, I saw in some videos ki regional language channels will blow up and everything. And I kind of had an interest in comedy also, so I made a sketch video during types of people during COVID. And it was like so cringe, but I still uploaded on YouTube. I didn't share it with any of my friends, neither on any social media. I just shared it with my one friend back in Kolkata. He said it was really cringe. Like that video, I got around 21 views in that. And like uploading that video gave me a sense that if I can upload this, I can upload anything right now. But later on, I made it private when I started uploading seriously and started sharing it on my socials. And I made sure that when I reach 10,000 subscribers, even if I reach one day, I'll make that video public just for people to see ki you don't need to be perfect with your content, with your delivery, with your style when you're starting off. If you have an idea, just keep on executing it. आगे जो होगा देख लेंगे. That was the kind of mentality I had. But the growth happened so rapidly that I decided, okay, एक बार 100 की हो जाए. On that day, I will publish that video and do a live stream on that total video which I did. So I did that also. So I guess getting rid of public awkwardness or shyness is just think कि this is your work. ठीक है? This is not something which you're doing for fun or anything. You're serious about it, and it is kind of being normalized in India right now. When I go outside, like if I'm going outside for 3 to 4 hours, surely I see a couple of people roaming around with their phones or everything. So I understand, okay, ये content creator banda hai. So that kind of mutual understanding is developing between people. So it's not that awkward. But yeah, the more better you can get by getting out of your comfort zone and just taking out the camera randomly in public. And you know what? It's actually a good experience because you're talking to the camera. A few people come in, ki, kya kar raha hai. You plug in your channel to them, they subscribe. So I got my initial first few subscribers like this only. I used to go on road and start making videos. They used to ask, kya kar raha hai? I used to say, I have a channel on YouTube, this. And they used to subscribe. So kind of gives a confidence also. Like I told you now, this communication thing and everything. Going out in public like made a lot of difference to this.
It was extremely different. You're like it's करना पड़ता है अपने को. So what were like applications you can recommend for people who just started in this domain, because as you said you have to just get away with it. So like is there anything you will recommend for people like starting?
Sorry, I missed your question actually.
I'm saying like as you told about your journey. So like what are the recommendations you would tell for people who have just started in this domain, who are starting vlogging, making videos?
So got it. So first of all, experiment a lot. Keep on experimenting. And secondly, if you have any idea on mind, execute it. This is one of the things which I did. मैं आज तक पछताता हूँ इस चीज के लिए because when I was blowing, ठीक है, थोड़ा करके like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 subscribers, I started getting a lot of different ideas in my mind. I noted them down कि अच्छा once I reach 10,000 I will release this video. Once I reach 20,000 I'll do this. Once I reach 100K, I'll make a very special video around my whole story, that how life of YouTubers are actually glamorized. But I told you that feeling of 100K when we started our conversation, it was totally the opposite of what is being quoted on the internet. But I never made those videos. So if you have an idea, just execute it. Next, तुम ये मत सोचो कि what people will think of this or anything, because at the end of the day you're making content for yourself. तुम खुद के लिए बना रहे हो कि okay, this is something which I'm trying out. It's a new thing. Like if you want to be different and stand out from the crowd, you have to do things which take a bit of guts and take a bit of that next step. So don't worry much what people will think and everything. Even if you're scared about that or you have a fear about that, don't share your videos on the public. Just make it and upload it on YouTube. लोग तुमको YouTube से थोड़े जानेंगे कि like the different people who someone you're living in Mumbai, a person from Telangana is watching your video. That guy doesn't know you. That guy won't comment on you, and even if he or she comments, that won't make any difference with you because your friends won't know at that point of time. So if you're scared about that, don't share. Make your videos get to a good quality and then start sharing. So that's the only piece of advice which I would give. And yeah, focus on your audio and use storytelling in your videos because audience has evolved a lot and they are just not satisfied with normal, raw, unfiltered, uncut vlogs these days.
Akash, you must have come across haters, negativity. So how do you block it, like from yourself?
Okay, so I actually don't have any answer to this question because I haven't got that much amount of hate and everything. Because when I started off, it was my friends and family who got me the support. Initial 1.5 years, nothing happened, so there was kind of no hate, but it was only love. When the video started blowing up, it blew up for a reason because people started enjoying and loving them. So you got a lot of good positive feedback from the audience. Like the videos of JE blew up, so I got into an NIT, not an IIT. So a lot of people start commenting, "कि इसका तो IIT में नहीं हुआ, why is he giving out gyan and everything?" It was just because a lot of people requested about we want to know from where you studied, where you did. So like, okay, I am doing what you guys are wanting. Why are these kind of comments coming in? And later I realized is that the people who are commenting these are who have just watched one video and are commenting. They don't know the backstory of what it has taken or from where I've come from. So the people who are usually giving these type of comments are just like they have watched 20 or 30 seconds of the video, formed a perception about it and just commenting. And that's about it. I honestly don't do these kinds of comments that much because people have this thing, they block hate comments nowadays. But yeah, it obviously makes your day a bit bad. Like there can be thousands of good comments, but that one bad comment throughout that video might just break your whole mood and your day. And that's about it. So I'll tell you this also. When I was traveling to Udaipur, I made a short travel series. The first episode, like I wanted to do daily vlogging out there, but at the same time, I wanted to maintain quality also. The first video which I made it in one day, and I was kind of not satisfied with that. But still, I uploaded that video. And उसमें एक लंबा चौड़ा comment आया था. It started off, I didn't like this video, and I thought it would be a hate comment. But I clicked into read more. That guy wrote a big paragraph about how this video would have been better, what I had done. So I thought, okay, like people who are hating if they give constructive criticism about what they didn't like about the video, that works for me. So that's how I've been dealing with hate. Fortunately, I haven't got that much amount of hate right now, and I hope so. The love keeps on shining.
Sir, it took you 1.5 years to reach a certain amount of views. Like many creators burn out as they don't get sufficient views and subscribers. So how does one keep pushing in this situation? How did you do it?
I had my reasons to start, like my why, that was clear. I wanted to do it to improve myself. I wanted to do it to document my life so that at the age of 40, 50, or 60, when I have a good family and everything, and they ask me, Ki, Dad, how was your life like at college, or how was your life like when you was of your age? So I would just say, Ki, watch my videos, how things used to happen back then. So that was my reason. So I never had this notion कि अगर views नहीं आए तो I would stop. I certainly would have continued keep making videos even if I had say around 500 600 subscribers today. I would still have continued keeping making videos, not at this level of consistency. But I had my reason to start off clear. So when you're starting off, make your reason clear. कि मैं इधर आ रहा हूँ to do this thing. And if your reason is fame or money, you won't be able to sustain long term. You will completely burn out. Obviously, सबका रहता है कि हाँ YouTube से पैसा मिलता है, fame मिलता है. मेरे में भी था, but my bigger picture, larger vision was the things which I told you in the front. So have your why and your reasons clear, and for sure you will keep on continuing with it.
You mentioned about making good intros for videos. So how do you make your YouTube video intro so that it lasts an impression on the audience?
Got it. So, like I have 3 or 4 techniques which I apply. So, if it's kind of a funny video or the video is very chill, light-hearted, light-hearted, I think okay, what narrative I can bring about this video, and usse the target audience which I need to show this video, uska ek relatable intro क्या हो सकता है? Like I made a video on IIT JEE backlogs. ठीक है? I could have started the video in a very motivational manner. Ki, yes, backlogs and this. But I thought, ki, okay, the people who have got backlog are kind of the people who have enjoyed their whole class 11. बहुत मस्ती किया उन्होंने, and now they have a kind of a realization. So I use this narrative and use a lot of memes and everything पीछे से अच्छी voiceover and made this intro. When I'm making any travel film or any sort of like movie type video around that, so I use like very heavy voiceover with beautiful visuals of the places I have visited, and मैं एक relatable story build करो, and intro build करते time तुम ऐसे सोचो, think about this कि when the audience is watching, what can keep them, what is that one thing if there is in this video, entire video, you can show it in the intro but not reveal it completely. It's very simple. I am pretty sure a lot of guys know this from the audience and from the people who make videos on YouTube also, but how can you do that single thing differently matters the most. So that's what, like, intros, the importance of intros is what I've learned is there is this YouTuber called Paritosh Anand. I'm not sure if a lot of you all know about him or not, but I learned the importance of intros through his videos because earlier before watching his videos, I was like, ठीक है, normal video होता रहता चलता रहता है. But his videos का intro just took me to the next level. I thought intro is something important which you need to like make very well edited, very well narrated in your videos. So that's how I usually go about it. It takes a lot of time to come up with a proper narrative for the intro, remind you again. But at the end result, when you click the video and someone just comments ki the intro damn good, and that kind of satisfies everything, all the hard work which is gone behind it.
The satisfaction is one thing, but can filmmaking or visual arts be the main job, or like you should it be done as a side job?
But it obviously can be done as a main job. There are a lot of creators whom I admire from Canada, from the western side, just full time. They are treating this as their full job. In India, also travel filmmaking is a proper job where you get to travel to different places, show the culture of that place, like collaborate with Ministry of India, Ministry of Uzbekistan for that reason, and show their culture to your people. So it can be full time, but I'll tell you a very dark side of it also, which is this is a creative field, right? And coming up with new things every single week is not an easy task. It's a very tedious task and you burn out very easily. Because chalo, kitne hi ideas aa gaye, you won't have the energy to keep on executing those ideas day after day, week after week, month after month. So you have to reinvent yourself a lot of this process. And if that can take a toll on your mental health, it's kind of not the thing which you can sustainably do throughout. So that's why I figure out about myself also. Ki, yeah, I can be good as I do enjoy, but I burn out a lot easily. I kind of have ideas, but execution may to make that quality. I can only give all of my energy to one single video. So if I'm making YouTube videos, I won't be able to give my entire energy to the freelance filmmaking work. So if you kind of have that energy balance between you, for sure you can go and make a living out of that. But if you see you're burning out easily or having some mental health issues, I guess you have to take a step back, think about it, and take the different path. So the answer is yes and no, same.
So since you have these many subscribers, so what are your future plans? Like something new to your content or anything like that? Have you any plans in your mind?
Yeah, I do have plans for the future, but not for the next years or 3 years. Like I have my engineering left for 2 years. I'm in my fifth semester right now. Six, seven, eight. I have 3 semesters left, which is kind of 1.5 years. And throughout this time, what I would like to experiment a lot on YouTube and next build a system. I'm having videos and making them myself only. So I'm able to upload 4 videos per week. Sorry, 4 videos per month. A video per week. But if I can double down on the consistency, I don't know what can happen. So maybe build a system around my content, delegate some tasks, build a small team, do this with YouTube, try with different types of content. Like I am into this business case studies, freelancing and everything. So I want to explore that domain also. Travel films, which I told, which I haven't made, which I'm proud of. I want to make those kind of videos also. And basically before graduating, I want to tick off every kind of video which I want to make. And so that I don't have any regrets. Yeah, gosh, ye try kar liya hota, pata nahi this might have kicked up back then. So this is one thing which I want to do. And the next thing is I'm working with different brands. I have freelance admins and projects. I'm on my right for this project only. So I want to explore this domain also. And let's see if things work out good. And if things don't, we'll eventually figure out the way, I guess. So that has been my plans till now. But again, I don't know what's going to happen. What's going to happen day after.
Achieving great height, and knowing the need of this field, what advice will you give to your youngest version? Like if he was starting from zero, what will be your advice?
I have my advice very clear. Bro, Akash, if you have an idea, work on it. Don't delay. Don't delay. You don't know which video can click up. Please don't delay. And second thing, when I'm starting out, I have gone to a lot of places and not recorded. Okay? Because I had this fear, which we talked about back then. So the things which I told you, don't fear about because I'll tell you this, when I was in my coaching, 11, 12 IIT जाएगा. So I used to fear a lot. जब मैं doubt पूछता था सर को कि what will people think of me or anything about that. But I thought about this thing कि Okay, if I ask a doubt today, it can be the most silliest doubt of the world. Suppose 2 plus 2 मेरा doubt है sir क्या होता है I don't know. People will think of me कि हाँ क्या लड़का he doesn't even know this. But after a span of 2 years, they'll probably forget about it. So it doesn't last long. So just think about it. Ki what you are asking today, if you have a doubt or you're asking anything which is out of the box and people are judging you for that, that will not last long. In the span of the next 2 to 3 years, you bhul jayenge. You're not that much important for them. So just think about this thing and go and face all your fears and do all kinds of experiments. This would be the advice which I would give regarding YouTube back then. But if I had another advice, that would be take a lot of participate a lot in different co-curriculars. Like I was into sports a lot during my school and academics. That was it. Cultural events and the other things I was not at all a part of. So if I had developed an interest in filmmaking or got into this field a bit early before school, I probably might have been in a film school right now. So I would say कि explore a bit of different domains also. Engineering, medically सब कुछ नहीं होता. चलो 10th के बाद you have to choose one of them ऐसा notion होता है. But 10th के पहले तो experiment करके देख लो. You never know किसमें आपका interest आ जाता है. So these are a few advices which I would say.
So we have another question from the chat. Sir, how to
Sure.
manage time during our college? For suppose to I'm interested in blogging, but I cannot edit my videos because of insufficient time. How can I solve this problem?
So I had asked this same question to Devanshu Raj in Clips Nova. I'm sure you must have heard of this song Mera Safar, which is trending on Instagram. So I went to his studio, Big Brain, and because he has done his BTech from IIT Delhi in chemical engineering only during the offline mode, and he was making videos around the same time also. And I have been doing it in the online mode, but when I was coming to offline mode, I had a bit of trouble. So I spoke to him, and I'll say what he said to me back then. Ki, Akash, you have to miss out on some things. If you want to do something, you have to miss out on something. College में time बहुत मिलता है. Classes are till what? Either 2 p.m. or till 4 p.m. 4 बजे से लेके 12 बजे तक का you have 8 hours of time, which is completely free to you. अब उसमें a lot of friends will come into your home. They'll tell कि चलो आज बाहर चलते हैं कुछ करते हैं. You will have to listen to have your priorities set during that point of time and अपने वीडियोस के ऊपर काम करो. एक अच्छी वीडियो एडिट करने के लिए यार 20 से 40 घंटे लगते हैं एट मैक्सिमम और तुम हफ्ते में वो इजीली निकाल सकते हो. And even if you keep on making one video every week for the next 1 or 2 years, your channel will blow up. अगर तुम topics and everything को अच्छे से research करके करोगे, blow up करेगा. I never posted daily. I never posted twice in a single week. मैं हर हफ्ते एक वीडियो consistently डालता रहा for about 100 weeks from now. तो that kind of worked out for me. And back to your question, time manage कैसे करने का? तो you have to start figuring out your priorities. क्या है? अपने अगले दिन को प्लान करो बिफोर द डे स्टार्ट. पिछले रात को these are all cliche advices कि सबको पता रहता है, but none of us actually implement all of these. तो implement करके एक बार देखो and your things will start working out. टाइम धीरे धीरे मैनेज हो जाएगा एक बार अपनी प्रायोरिटीज तुम सेट कर लिए.
So, what is the last piece of advice you would like to leave the audience with?
Right, so I believe majority of the audience is here now in their age early 20s or काफी young होंगे, I don't know, but it is just that in today's world there are a plethora of opportunities, plenty of opportunities lying around. So start becoming aware of where this world is heading towards. ठीक है, just stay under your blanket. ठीक है, what is being taught in school, what is being taught in college, I'll follow that and get somewhere good in life. Yes, you can and you will if you follow the steps which have had previous track record of success. But to do something extraordinary, get out of the box, start developing real life skills, see what's happening in the world, where the world is heading to, start learning modern day skills, which is completely out of your course curriculum of your school, college. Do that. And secondly, the advices which I would give to my younger self, if you have any idea, start working on it today, because you don't want to regret a few years later what would have happened if I would have done this. So don't live with that if, but make that yes, I did it and what happened. I am proud of that. I'm happy for my steps which I have taken back then. So that's what I would like to leave you all with.
I personally learned a lot from this session, especially what you mentioned about filmmaking and the consistency that you kept throughout this journey. And it was a very interesting session.
Personally, for me, yes, sir. what you told about doubt solving, like ask
Like
your doubts. That was fine. Yeah, you continue.
We really
that's it. Like
appreciate
if
the
I can add some
opportunity.
value.
Yeah, yeah, you can add on it.
Yeah, so that has been my goal. And if I can add any amount of value to people through my stories or my experiences, like it makes me as happy as I can be as a person.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
We really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you. I'd like to thank Mr. Akshay Majumdar on behalf of the entire Saturday 10 a.m. team and student community for sparing time to interact with us. Muted. You are muted.
So we would also like to extend a gratitude to Dr. Akshay Malhotra, our faculty members, Dr. Smita Bonde ma'am, and Harshal Kotwal sir for the constant support and guidance.
Finally, we would really like to express our heartfelt gratitude to all the attendees of today's session to keeping up with us and helping to make this session successful. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot, guys, for sparing your time today and coming at 10 a.m. on a Saturday morning, but probably everyone would have been sleeping. And yeah, I'm fortunate for this opportunity as well for the full NIT team. And Chayan and Rashida, you guys have been fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Have
you,
a nice
sir.
day.
Have a nice day, guys.